gracious.
We got this. We got this.
You got this.
Eventually, it's going to go green. Eventually, we're going to be on there.
We're on.
We're on now.
Welcome.
Oh. Everybody, welcome to Centercourt Weekly with Chad Andrews, Centercourt 42 on Twitter. If you haven't found that out by now, you're only tuning in because Chad's here. I know that. We get that. I'm Frank Wolf of Western New York Athletics, someone who knows everything about boys hoops in Western New York, specifically high school, someone who has not nearly a clue. I know the teams. I know the schools. I know a half a dozen players, most of the coaches, a few refs, but this is Centercourt. This is Chad Andrews. He is the man, the myth, the legend, and your go-to for anything boys high school hoops in Western New York. There's a lot of guys out there and girls that want to be you, that want to do what you do and try, but there's only one Chad Andrews. This dude walks into a gym, the ADs, and the athletic directors, the coaches, the superintendents, they are saliving at the mouth because Chad Andrews brings in revenue. People come to see you sometimes, not just the game.
You think so?
Absolutely. I get that text every now and again from guys that you know, friends that we know, like, what games do you think Chad's going to go to this week? I'm like, is that because you're going to go or you want to see? He goes, yeah. I'm like, well, why don't you go to a different game and tweet about that game so we can get, 4 teams, get up on the up and up on 14. And I want to go talk to Chad. Well, Chad's busy working, dude. He's trying to watch the game.
It is interesting. There's more and more people throwing their hat in the ring of saying, I want to cover, there's multiple people out there doing different type of coverage, similar to what I do in their own way, whatever. But it's funny when we're all at the same gym, when there's 5 or 6 of us all putting out the same information from the same gym, but that's just because maybe it's a light night. Maybe that's just the game nobody wants to miss that night. But I've always said that's my MO for what I'm picking is what game would I be the most disappointed to have to miss tonight.
19 years doing this.
This is year 19.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been more like 21 that I've been aggressively watching and following high school basketball, but 19 years where I've actually produced an all-Centercourt team and had a lot of contribution through commentary and stuff throughout the season. The website, this is starting the 16th year of the website coverage portion. So I did 3 years without a website. And, quick story. So Keith McShay, who I was kind of side by throughout the very early times, and he was great, tremendous. He was the legend of coverage from the Buffalo News at the time. He did a great job. Buffalo News had a format not unlike the one that I have, with comments enabled and whatnot. And that really started the whole conversation. It was pre-social media. And the Buffalo News hits this time where they've got to change their format and eliminate their commenting because it was getting out of control because they were linked to their political stuff and everything else. And so all the while I had been by Keith's side, he had been saying, you should really have your own thing. You should really have your own thing. What you're doing, you should have your own publication. Yeah. That would be good. And I was happy just commenting through the Buffalo News and watching the way I did and putting out a team. And as soon as the Buffalo News loses their stuff and then I launch mine, I think he changed his mind initially about you should really have your own thing, because all of a sudden it was like, oh, my thing that he was still covering, but his forum that he really enjoyed was getting changed, and I was kind of taking it because I wasn't attached to the Buffalo News or starting something very similar. I think at first, it might have bothered him that I was starting it, and now he's ultra supportive of everything that I do. But, just that story.
It's a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story. Sorry if we lost a bunch of listeners and everyone went to sleep on it.
No, we didn't do that. But Keith McShay is the guy who inspired WNY Athletics.
Yeah.
Full stop.
He was a great beat writer for the high school coverage guy for the Buffalo News. And now he's doing great work over at Canisius High School.
Yeah, they had something going on there today. Some signings, I believe. We couldn't get to that, but we'll put something out later. But more important, we got to get going with this show.
Let's go. So I've seen 2 games already. 26 seasons underway. I've laid my eyes on 2 full games and did my little Twitter bits from it. X, as you call it now. So my season started 19 years in a row. I have walked into 820 Northampton to watch the East Panthers play ball. This year was no exception. This year was how the season started for me.
You went to see Starling Bryant.
I went
Let's
to
not
see
kid
Starling
ourselves.
Bryant. Absolutely. Starling is the man. He's always been the man. I've always had much admiration for him. He's a gentleman, rough exterior to many, but if you really know the guy, he's a treasure over there at that school to a lot of people for a lot of reasons. He's a gentleman. Some distinguished East alumni were on hand that night. A pair of first-team All-Centercourts were there. The original Centercourt MVP, Jamal Webb, was on hand to support his coach and his former squad. Also, state champion, 2018 state champion Willard Anderson was in the house. And his teammate Justin Allen was there. Got to talk to all those guys. They're all doing wonderful. Starling's family was all there in support. Saw his grandson Noah, who played at St. Joe's. So it was a good night. Good night in that regard. Not a great night for East because they
Pretty good.
they ran into the Tapestry Thunderhawks, and Tapestry's got a squad this year. Tapestry's even better than I realized they were going to be. Nice team there.
Has Starling's coaching changed at all in these 21, 22 years you've been doing this? Have you noticed?
I think he recognizes the situation he's in with each team, in with each game, and at some point when he knows, hey, we're down 25 and we're not going to make this momentous run to come back in the game, he might allow himself to become a little less animated and relax a little bit throughout the course of that game, but he feels like he's got a chance to win the game. He's the same guy. He's the same guy calling the same stuff on his feet, the same, I need that referee's name. Who is that? What's his name? I want to know. All the same Starling Bryant stuff. He's a legend. Yeah, he's a four-time state champion. So,
Tapestry, what stood out the most? Who stood out the most for Tapestry?
So they've got a big three over there. Coleman, Funderburk, Rogers, I would say, as their big three. What stood out to me was those three. I thought, Jalen Coleman hit 15 points in the game. I really liked what I saw out of Javon Funderburk in that game because he was doing so much both ends defensively. Shares the ball. The whole team shares the ball. They play very well under control. Not a big shooting night for Tapestry because they were getting to the basket, and they were getting so much in transition. They didn't spend a lot of time shooting from the perimeter. Didn't need to. They were attacking the rack and getting
nice
their
luxury.
points that way. Williams, who transferred over from Bennett, I like what I see out of him. They had a pair of what must be brothers, Schuler. Their last name is failing me, but the probably the 4 or 5 in the lineup, the power forward center combo for Tapestry. They were nice players. Mike Esther does a nice job with that team, but very under control and just methodically stretched their lead, took the win. East needs to get to work. They have potential to be a better team than what they showed against Tapestry, but they got some work to do.
Okay.
So they'll spend the season doing it.
But Tapestry is where it's at.
Tapestry's pretty good. Yeah, they're. They didn't crack my preseason top 10, but after seeing them, I would say they might be one of those fringe teams that you're going to have to really keep an eye on that could find their way in. They could be a Buff State team. They could be a factor in Class B2.
That combo, Coleman, Funderburk, they're exciting to watch. Those are athletes right there.
For sure.
You got guys like that on your team. They're gonna take you places.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, they had some heartbreaking losses on the football field, but I think they take the lessons learned there and put them onto the court, and I think they will excel this year. I think Tapestry. I think we will see them at Buff State at some point. So,
Funderburk is the son of a tremendous referee in the area, Kelly Funderburk, who played at East for Starling and the Greg French team, one of those Federation champion teams, I believe.
Yeah, he got hurt in the football season.
Yeah, he's back.
So
he's back healthy, and he was there in game 1, and he was most certainly a factor in that
Any
game.
dunks in that game that you can remember?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I don't believe I saw any, but boy, did I see some last night, game 2 that I was at.
I was going to ask you, let's go into that. Star Point at Wilson?
Star Point at Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah. Short drive for me down the road. My daughter had musical practice, and as soon as she got out, picked her up, got some food in her belly, and said, want to go to Wilson with me? And she did, because she's got lots of friends over there, and she was happy to get over there. So was I. That's where I went to school.
Good popcorn there.
Really good popcorn.
Very good popcorn.
Good
in
call,
the Wilson
Frank.
Gym, yeah.
Yes. Good people. Nice gym. Looks refinished. Floor looked great. So did the team. Aiden Newman hits a three-pointer to end the opening quarter. Wilson hadn't led at all in the opening quarter. Started a little rusty. And Star Point found the corner right away against Wilson's 1-3-1. Hit a couple shots early, got a lead. Wilson settled in. Newman hits a three-pointer to end the first quarter to give them their first lead, and Wilson never looked back after that. It started a big run that lasted well into the second quarter. Newman had 18 points on opening night. He wasn't pleased with his performance, said, I could have played a lot better. And, I thought, well, give yourself a break. Let's consider the factors here. Today's date is December 2nd, and you just had a long, deep state run in soccer to a state championship, in which he kicked the game-winning goal to get him to that state championship. The football team was at the stadium. Most of your athletes
We're at the stadium.
are in one of those two sports doing stuff. And so you got a team that's just getting into basketball shape. And I thought they looked great. And Luke Vogel from Star Point, the Star Point coach, said the same thing. He said, you look at this team and you think, geez, it's only December 2nd. Look at the way they're playing already. Imagine where they're going to be in February. It's a nice squad Wilson has down in Class C. You
do nice interviews after your games. I think we should probably incorporate those into the show, like maybe your best interview of the week.
Yeah, I got Aiden Newman last night with 5 questions. He was great. He did a really good job. It's nice when you get a kid who will answer the questions and not be too shy or not try to be too cool where they're, don't be afraid to smile. Don't be afraid to give a good answer. Think about it. It's no pressure. We can always stop recording and retake if you feel like you messed up. But
I think we take the best answers and we roll them all up and show them on the show. Like every Wednesday we could do that. Like take 3 or 4 of them, best answers to certain questions, the goofiest answers, and we show them.
That sounds like a lot of work for producer Tim over there. You up to that task?
He's not going to like us.
No,
we do that. But you could show him where it is. Like here are the videos, and just fast forward to 2:03 or 30-second mark.
Sure.
You could figure it out.
So one of my questions for Aiden Newman last night, question 5, was about his coach, who I went to school with. He was a couple years older than me, but Brett Sipple. He was the point guard of the undefeated basketball team in 1990. So, or no, it was 1991, excuse me. 1991 undefeated Wilson squad in the league. Only year they've ever gone undefeated in the Niagara Orleans League. I said when he was in school, like middle school age, he had a job. What was that job? Was he a farmhand on Frericks Farm, which is a local farm in Wilson, or it was when we were growing up? Was he a stock boy at Lakeside, or was he the local paper boy? And Aiden thought about it, and he gave the correct answer without knowing what the correct answer was. He guessed it right. Brett was a paper boy. He had the paper route. I can remember him when we were kids. He had a work ethic. You knew it. I mean, Brett's always just been a solid guy. Really has. He's always been the same guy. Always been kind, hardworking, nice, good athlete, good family, the whole bit. But you would just see him every day lugging around a big old satchel full of fish wraps. And
love it.
In all elements,
Love it.
Yeah.
Great job. Great first job. All right, so those are the first 2 games.
Those are the first 2 games. I got to say, Seamus George, the big man for Wilson, played a nice game. Seamus George also had a very nice game at the stadium in the football season. And Ryan Huff, 4 dunks. You asked about that earlier. Did I see any dunks in the East game? No, but he bent it 4 times last night in that Wilson game. He gets loose, and he's putting it down, and he's putting it down hard.
Big fan. Big fan.
At one point, he gets whacked in the hand, and he stops, hurts his hand and comes out of the game for a minute. And you see the trainer go over and tape his fingers together. Look like he must have gotten his fingers jammed or something. All of a sudden, he's back in the game. Tape's off. He's dunking again. I'm like, come on, Huff.
How did
What do we tape him up for if you're going to rip the tape off and dunk some more?
Brock Lepsch?
Heck of an athlete. Brock was there last night. Brock had a nice game for him.
Okay.
Yeah, team looked good. They'll be a factor.
Good to hear. It's early, but can you see them making the same kind of run this year?
Yes. Well, they're down in Class C. They won Class B2, and that was unexpected. So they're kind of in a different position now where instead of going from the team that's going to show up and play surprise, they're the hunted now this year.
Yeah.
They are absolutely the hunted.
They have the targets on their
if
back.
they feel like, if they feel good about themselves in the wrong way, then they'll get caught.
Yeah.
So they've got what Wilson needs to do is stay hungry, not read anything I write. Don't read the headlines. Don't believe the hype. Stay hungry like you did last year. You got a lot to prove. There's some good teams in Class C. There's some good teams in your league, and every night's a grind.
Yeah, I think it's a lot different playing when you are the hunted as opposed to the one that's trying to reach the plateau, if you will. When you're playing and you're marked and they're targeting you, that's a different kind of pressure to play with.
Absolutely.
And I think you feel it more in basketball, especially in those loud gyms. And they're only going to get louder, the gyms that they go to and play in. So I think they're going to see some.
The more hunted you are, the more the other teams know who your
Yes.
guys are.
Yes.
They're more intensely game planning to stop you. You might be approaching your practices. Like I say, you've got to stay hungry. If when you're the hunted, sometimes you're feeling good about yourself. And instead of that coming into the gym and march with that hunger, just wanting to go. Like last year, I think they just really got sick of hearing how great Salamanca was and wanted to come in and make a name for themselves. And I got so much heat around town from, I can't believe you picked Salamanca to win that game. And I'm like, I can't believe you think I'm crazy for picking Salamanca. Of course I picked Salamanca to win.
Have you seen Salamanca?
Yeah. I mean, I was happy
Let's
to
just,
see Wilson win a game. I would have celebrated the Salamanca win, but
100%. But that's one of those things. You see everybody, and when you're from a specific area like Wilson or Amherst, you're concentrating on Amherst. You're concentrating on Wilson. You don't necessarily always know how good your opponent is. So that's why you make comments like that. That's what I hear the same thing. Like, I can't believe you're picking, Wilson over Newfane or something like that. That was a tough pick, right?
You picked Wilson over Newfane in football?
At Highmark, I did, yeah.
I did not.
No, you didn't. But hey, I have two great teams. But anyways, sometimes when you pick one team, they don't necessarily. How could you pick them? We just killed them 3 weeks ago. I'm like, and it was not the same team,
right?
So, but anyways,
at the end of the day, though, if we're making you feel any way by something we say, then I guess we're doing a good job, right? We're stirring the conversation or whatnot. We have good intentions for covering high school sports always. So if I have your team ranked over another team or another team ranked over your team and it gets you fired up, good. Let it get you fired up.
Yeah.
It's never personal. It's
not
just an opinion, and
take it all in. Start your own blog. Put your stuff out there.
And
you think.
I really don't care who wins these games. I'm just here to tell the story.
I know.
I really don't care.
No skin in the game.
Like I say, my kids go to Newfane. I went to Wilson, and I'm just as happy to watch Medina beat either one of them and tell you that Medina was the big winner last night, or Akron, or whoever it is. I just enjoy this sport at this level and what I do.
So
and I've spent a lot of years doing it for a lot of different teams. So there's been plenty of years where the teams out by my area or whatever weren't even in the race. So it's really become larger than just the focus on any one team.
Of course. Now, do you want to get into? I see your lineup here that you sent here to the show. Do you want to get right into the 20 through 11? You want to take?
Not yet. Yeah. I want to highlight a few other scores that came in here.
Okay. Let's hear about them.
So
you got a big list there.
We'll brush through it quick because I wasn't at these games.
Your knee keeps touching my knee under the table. By the way,
it's your knee touching mine because you're coming too far over on my side. So back off a little bit. We got Akron with a number one small school, and apparently this number one small school, they're like, why are we number one? I'm like, why wouldn't you be number one, Akron, to open the year? You deserve it with what you got back, and they go and win a game by 50 points opening night over Alden, who was at Buff State last year as a Final Four team in their classification B1. Akron opens the season with an emphatic 50-point win, so they got to be feeling good about themselves. Another team that needs to stay hungry and not read their own headlines.
They're the hunted.
Anthony Telefaro down at Barker starts the season with 21 points. The team knocks off Lindenville. A 70-15 opening win for Buffalo Science over Hutch Tech. That's a throttling, huh? Buffalo Science has a team this year. Watch out for them. Cat Little Valley's 1-0. Owen Wright, 21 points. They knock off Cass Valley to start the year. South Park, 81-34 over City Honors last night. Falconer with a win over Maple Grove. MST, big win, 78-44 over Buffalo Arts, 22-10 in that game for Brandon Singletary. Sherman, 72-34 over Pine Valley. Saw someone picked Pine Valley to win Class D. You're going to need to figure out Sherman. They got a Sherman mystery to solve if they're winning Class D. And then how about Panama? Panama keeps the win streak going. Season opening victory over Frewsburg, 51-48.
So is that surprising? Right, that one right there with Frewsburg?
I think it surprised me, yeah. Okay. I saved it for last to mention. I was like, look at Panama, season opening victory, I mean, they lost a lot of talent off of that team last year.
Last week they lost all 5 starters.
Sure. And, I didn't look back to see what their winning streak was at the end of the year, but it's cool that that win streak's still alive from winning a state championship last year.
Good for them. Congrats, boys.
So let's take a break, Tim. We can run some great spots, and we're going to come back, and I wanna talk about not just the top 10 large schools, but I was thinking about it and what a crowded room it is there, and thought, what if we revealed what 11 through 20 would look like?
You're a brave soul. You're watching. What are you watching? You're watching Centercourt Weekly on WNY Athletics. I got a spam call coming in.
At Richmond Vona, we are seriously dedicated to bettering the communities that we serve.
You will get super high level communication, and you are getting a team of dedicated attorneys, paralegals.
If you put your trust in us and hire us, we promise to take care of everything. Call us as soon as possible so we can start the investigation to fight to get you the settlement you deserve.
Nuts. You still got to go.
Have you guys tried Room 40 yet?
Looking for the perfect spot to throw your next party? Say hello to Room 40, our private event space at both Wingnuts locations. Maybe you got a birthday, a graduation, anniversary, business event, rehearsal dinner, or even a sports banquet. From intimate get-togethers to rowdy celebrations, Room 40 is built to handle it all and fits up to 60 guests. With custom food and drink packages, flexible setups, legendary Wingnuts hospitality, and all the wings you can handle. If you're planning a celebration or get-together in Buffalo, this is where the party's at. Local vibes, zero stress, all fun. Book Room 40 today and throw a party Buffalo won't forget. Hit the link in our bio or visit wingnutsbuffalo.com/room40 to book now.
All right, well,
I'll go if you go to Wingnuts.
Deal.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
Hey, boys and girls. You're watching Centercourt Weekly here on WNY Athletics. I'm Frank Wolf. Tim Gardner producing today, doing a lovely job. I like the layout of this show. I want to do it for football and the other sports we do. I don't know if you can duplicate it and maybe change the colors. Love to have Chad join me on that football show. Colors can be changed? Okay. Chad? Okay, cool. All right. We're in the 2025. Chad Andrews is my guest, and he's the host, really the star of the show, because without him, I'd be fun.
It'd be you talking high school hoops.
I look like half these other guys that try to do what you do if I did this by myself, and I don't want that. And they don't want that. But anyways, enough of the knee touching under the table. Let's get right back into this. High school basketball in full swing.
Before I say that, I got something I want to say.
I got something I want to
say. Yeah, I got to get this off my chest. So it was something that I said to you a couple weeks ago, and I want to share what I said to you with everybody because I think how's the phrase go? It bears repeating. So up at the stadium, up at Highmark last year at coverage, and I kind of took in the whole weekend from the back scene with Western New York Athletics and did some scouting for the company that weekend. I use that term
Is that
loosely.
what you're calling it?
I use it loosely. But
okay.
So to watch the production from start to finish and to see your play-by-play guys, your producers behind the scene, your videographers, your photographers.
They all hate me.
The on-field interviews. It is such a big production that you're doing, and I showered you with praise for it. And I remember
stop that?
I remember where Western New York Athletics came from in their humble beginnings.
Are you recording this?
As more of a print journal, yeah. And it's come so far. It's done so much for these kids, and if I have NFHS, so I can go back and watch these games too. Your productions have come a long way. The quality of the broadcast, the whole bit.
That's all, Tim.
What Western New York Athletics is doing for the kids is absolutely tremendous. And if I was a football player in today's age as opposed to when I played, I would have been just delighted in the coverage that we were getting. And I'm sure the kids are. I'm sure the coaches are, the fans. So it's been, I know that you'll give credit to all of your people, but you're the guy that engineered the whole thing. You're the leader of the whole operation. You've put together a great staff of tireless workers and great people that do a great job for everybody. So
they're all
props
good
to you guys.
They're all good people, and you have to have the same vision, and it's kind of the vision you have with basketball. We just want to do all the sports. 12 months out of the year. Even when school's out, we still follow the kids. Baseball, football, and hockey, and other things that they do, softball. There's no rest, really. That's the thing. There's really no rest. There's no break. Like, I'm struggling trying to get this football banquet going, and, it's controlled chaos. It's kind of like being at Buff State with 2 minutes to go, and it's all tied, and it's just total chaos.
I think that's why I had to say it. It's respect for you. It's respect for the coaches during controlled chaos time. Like, I feel controlled chaos in my head all winter just trying to be center court.
I know.
And that's one sport and it's one guy and it's I do what I feel like doing, right?
But the pressure on your
you're
shoulders
doing a
to
whole
do it.
Yeah, but it's
The pressure on your shoulders to do it.
I guess.
Because you don't want to let the kids down.
No, and I enjoy doing it. It's like the same reason we all doing it, right? There's a certain level of passion for what you do and doing it well, caring. And so anyway, on with the show. You're welcome. On with the show. So I've got a preseason top 10 that I did in a preview, and I could probably rattle that off from the top of my head, but I think I opened number 1 was health sciences. Maybe number 2 was Nichols. Number 3 was Canisius. 4 St. Joe's. 5 Jamestown. 6 Niagara Falls. 7 probably Timon. 8 Orchard Park. 9 McKinley. 10 Grand Island. Did I nail it? That's what I think I would have opened with a preseason top 10.
I've been scrolling for 10 minutes and I can't find it.
Anyway, if I get anything wrong, you'll let me know.
Yeah, you did. You got it, brother. Health, Nichols, Canisius, Joe's, Jamestown, Falls, Timon, OP, McKinley, Grand Island.
Okay.
Good job, brother.
So when I did it, there was a team that I wanted to find a way into that top 10, and I was like, well, I've got 10 teams in an 11th, and it just doesn't fit.
Yeah. It's annoying.
And it used to be before classification changes and whatnot, there was a time for many years where St. Mary's and O'Hara and what Park is today, because they used to be a Class A state champion power. They would be considered small schools today, and they were applying more to the small school poll, and some of your A2s before the state reworked a 6 classification were still falling into small school territory, say in East Aurora or Iroquois for a time was, Depew, teams that are now A2s, which are then large schools. So there was, to make the small school poll was a harder thing, and to make the large school poll was always the same. What I'm saying is I thought, what if we just kept going? What if I took Team 11 and then I told you who Team 12 was and 13, and I just for today's show, let's reveal the top 20. We've got a top 10 out there. Let me tell you what my preseason brain thinks the top 20 look like right now, even though I haven't seen them. So it's a real, I'm really putting myself out there to have people trample over me and, again, tell me how stupid I really sound sometimes.
Yeah, I never heard of this first school.
So let's give it a whirl. So starting with number 20.
Basques.
It's a long acronym.
Can I try it?
Yeah, see if you can tell me what the acronym stands for.
I'm going to go with Buffalo. Mm-hmm. 1 for 1. Applied. I'm 1 for 2. So it's not Buffalo Applied Science Charter School?
Could be an academy, though.
Fudgicles. Oh, you almost got me to swear. I was like this close.
Combining all sorts of cool words. Fudgicles. Here we go. Buffalo Academy of Science Charter School.
Okay,
BASCS. Buffalo Academy, or Buffalo Science, if you will.
You did? I have no idea. We should know.
Some people read this acronym and they call them basics. But so number 20.
Yeah.
Number 20. If we had a top 20, the 20th team right now, I would have as Buffalo Academy of Science Charter School. Okay. We have the graphical. Look, Tim's got the graphic.
You do?
Super sweet.
Where? Oh, look at that.
Buffalo Science at number 20.
Good job, Timmy.
Big 70-15 win last night. They're a team that was in a Class A2 championship last year against Lackawanna. I picked them to win Class A2 this year. They got plenty back. I think they're a player in the large schools. Number 19, team I'm going to see tonight over at Damon. The Red Devils of Clarence. They're big. They're a Class AA. They're an ECIC 1. They got to be one of our top 20 teams, right?
They have to be.
They got to be. Team number 18. The Amherst Tigers. Moved up to AA. A team that has traditionally been more in that top 10, and maybe that's where they are this year. Maybe I'm really sleeping on the Amherst Tigers. They've lost a lot the last couple of years to graduation, transfer. So this is an interesting year for Amherst. On paper, there's not a bunch of those big basketball names, so by the end of the year on paper, there's going to be a lot of those big basketball names. They're just going to figure out who they are. And
well-coached team, obviously.
We'll find out tonight. So according to this logic, I've got 19 and 18 taking each other on tonight.
Nice work.
Scheduled for an 8:15 tip. I'm going to say probably more like an 8:45 tip.
Okay.
Number 17, the Jacks. The Lumberjacks from North Tonawanda.
Former coach Ryan Mountain will be joining you on Color today.
Yes, he will.
He'll also be joining Stu Boyer. Don't be jealous.
You got him doing 2 games tonight?
I got him doing 3.
He's doing 3?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
You were taken. You're doing the
That's all good.
PA work.
I don't want to do 3 games.
Well.
I'd be tired. So, yeah, the Jacks. The Jacks had a nice team last year, and there was 4 juniors that stood out to me on that team. They're all back this year. They're led by Jack Giancola. Chris Jurgen's been putting in work with them.
Who is that other guy? Giancola?
Giancola, yeah.
Nice.
So I got the Jacks hanging out at number 17 right now.
What
team I'm hope to lay eyes on tomorrow night.
Okay.
Number 16. The Count West Blue Devils.
Harlan
Brandon, Von Jackson. That's a nice one, too. You got a player of Harlem's caliber.
Got to respect that.
You got to respect it. I might have him too low at 16. I'm sure I'll get a text message from Ryan Hogan before the day's over.
I love Ryan Hogan.
Me too.
You know, I gave him one of his first basketball coaching jobs.
Did you?
Not really.
No.
But He was coaching in my Blessed Sacrament League. I ran the 7th and 8th grade league over there. And here comes Ryan Hogan as an assistant coach with some team. I can't remember who.
I like Ryan Hogan because
good man.
He's a good man, but he's real, you know. He
Niagara Wheatfield kid, maybe. Is he a Niagara County kid?
You're asking me.
All right, we'll find out. Ryan, if you're out there, send us a text or a tweet and let us know where you're from. Something tells me
Blueport?
Something tells me Niagara County.
Niagara
NFL.
County.
But
yeah.
Someone get back to us on that. Where's
Number
Ryan
15.
Hogan from?
Maybe too low on this too. Sweet Home, the Panthers.
Okay.
A school Tim knows a little something about. As someone who was with the football team during their state championship runs.
In the wrestling team, hockey team, baseball team.
You notice Tim leaves and the state championships fall off? I'm just saying.
State championship baseball player here. 1993?
Really? 2003. Yeah.
Next team is my dark horse, by the way.
Number 14?
Yeah.
Okay, number 14. They were a champion last year. They were a league champion. They were a sectional champion. They made it to the regionals.
So
now they've fallen from grace all the way to number 14, despite having Nate Wilemski back. They could not be happy with it.
So they really can't be considered a dark horse.
They're not a dark horse. They're good. They're probably too low. All these teams are too low.
I just love them.
I
love the
know
Billies.
what I'm doing. Williamsville South, the Billies.
I love the Billies.
Yeah, me too. They're a program now. They're good. They're good stuff.
Their football coach is questionable, but anyways,
I'm gonna see. Yeah, Joey Licata. I'm gonna see Williamsville South this weekend, taking on Niagara Falls. Can't wait for that.
Dude, that's Cataract Classic game, right?
Dude.
Yeah. Dude. We couldn't get there to stream. Sorry.
Number 13.
They got a huddle.
Going to see him tomorrow. The St. Mary's Lancers. Lancer Nation, I'm coming your way tomorrow. I want to watch you play NT 13-17 game. Will Sabluski, Israel Wilson, the
Love
king of Israel.
I don't know if he's back yet. He had a devastating football injury.
I haven't heard he's not back.
I'll find out.
Don't you think I get that intel?
I'll find out.
Frank, if you're watching, which you're not, because you won't watch until I tell you I filmed a show, but I think Israel Wilson's playing tomorrow. Number 12. Look at, what do you, mute your volume over there, Wolf.
Come on. It is.
Live show. This is what happens when hiccups occur. Not the ones caused by indigestion. Number 12, St. Francis. St. Francis took some lumps last year. They're ready to give some lumps this year. That's what I got. And number 11, the team that I tried to find a spot for in the top 10, I'm going to see them tonight. They're taking on the team that I put number 2. It's the Williamsville North Spartans. They have 3 players from that varsity team back that were starters last year. They had a nice JV team. They've got size. Young coach and Dylan Lambert, floor general, and Chris Fagnan. I think they're a top 10 team by season's end. I think they could be a real force in Class AA. Williamsville North.
Okay.
So there it is. You've got your top 10, then 11 North, 12 Francis, 13 St. Mary's, 14 South, 15 Sweet Home, 16 Ken West, 17 NT, 18 Amherst, 19 Clarence, 20 Buffalo Science.
And if
yes.
you don't agree with these, we really don't care.
That is correct. That is, I really don't ever care if you agree with anything.
But seriously, but respectfully,
Yeah.
but seriously, this is a way. This is a launching pad, so to speak. It's a way to bring up dialogue and get this
That's it.
high school basketball in your daily discussions around the water cooler at work. Like, who's the big high school basketball teams? Come to Centercourt. You'll find out.
Who's the big idiot saying everything wrong? That would be Centercourt.
Or the guy sitting across from him.
Yeah.
Most likely.
You were a coach. I never coached basketball.
No, I wasn't a coach. I was like the scorekeeper.
Blessed
I
Sacrament?
organized.
I thought we
I
just
was an
talked about
organizer.
that.
I was just the organizer. I wasn't the actual coach. I mean, I do some assistant coaching here and that, but I'm like the Teddy Nolan of basketball coaching. You know literally nothing about the X's and O's. You could just kind of like get the kids to maybe play more aggressively just by yelling at them.
Okay, so, yeah, if you were the Ted Nolan, there had to be some aggression somewhere.
Definitely.
Because his teams were aggressive.
Threw a few garbage cans. Got their attention.
Yeah.
Anyways, my son is his first game tonight. The Lakers taking on the Pistons.
Let's go, Michael.
7 o'clock. Yeah, he's... I'm just hoping we get that jersey on him. Anyways.
Centercourt Classic's coming back this year.
Let's talk about this.
8th annual. 8 years now.
Could be.
8 years ago, my good buddy Gabe Michael, God bless Gabe Michael, grabbed me by the hand and said, "You need your own event. We're starting it. It's going to be here." Yeah. 8 years later, it's still going. It's at the place where he was coaching before he passed away. It was at Williamsville South with Coach Gabe Michael.
The Ticket versus Greg.
Versus Greg Dolan.
Yeah.
That was the very first one.
We had a nice little press conference after that, didn't we not?
Yes. Yeah.
We got to get back to that.
Bring it on.
We got to get back to that.
Bring press conferences back. I like that.
Make press conferences great again.
Let's do it. Let's make press conferences.
MPCGA. It'll be a yellow hat with the red letters MPCBA.
It's going to be super.
Something like that.
So we got the lineup for that? Let's throw up the lineup, Tim, for the
Centercourt
Centercourt Classic so I can plug it real quick. I put it up the other day on my site, released it on Twitter. But so night one, it's Friday and Saturday. Once again, the weekend before the Super Bowl over at St. Joe's. 3 sessions. Friday night session, it's a Kenmore doubleheader. Starts with a team from Kenmore, the Ken West Blue Devils, making the short drive down Colvin over to Kenmore Ave. They're going to take on the Williamsville South Billies, and 2 teams in my mythical top 20. And that's followed by Orchard Park, team who was a Class AA1 finalist last year, a team I picked to win AA this year, taking on the St. Joe's Marauders. I think that's a good game. And on day 2, we open up with Akron against St. Mary's, a rematch from a game they played, a non-league game last year. Followed by Wilson taking on Newport. Game 3, Niagara Falls against Timon. And then in the night session, 6:15 tilt, Canisius Health Sciences. And to wrap the whole thing up, you've got Jamestown and Nichols. So lots of top 10 large schools, couple top 10 smalls in there.
I mean, you get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we've got...
everybody's from all walks of life. It's going to be there.
We got the preseason number 1s, Akron and Health Sciences. They're both on it. Your preseason number 2, 3, 4, 5.
Was that
6?
Akron's first year last year in the Centercourt Classic? Third year?
First.
That was their first year?
Yep.
Okay, good. So you're rewarding them.
Yeah, so
they had a great showing last year, by the way.
This year will be the inaugural Centercourt Classic appearance for Orchard Park, for Kenmore West, and for Wilson. None of those teams have ever played on it.
Was that a coming out party for the big man from Akron last year? I thought it was, to some degree.
Not at the Classic.
No?
His coming out party was all season.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think for people that really hadn't had a chance to see him yet.
Yeah, maybe.
There was a...
Yeah, no, there was a lot of people that laid eyes on Darren Brooks for the first time at the Classic and thought, wow.
But that's also where you may see like a young Hind or other kids that you may not have seen. This is where you go to kind of see the next best Western New York high school basketball players. It's good team basketball, but like the Ticket, I mean, this kid was must-see basketball in 2017. Is that the first year?
Yeah. Okay,
I'm good with math today. Timmy doesn't want to go back to the video camera. We're going to keep it on your Don't forget the show is sponsored by Empire Electric. If you need to upgrade your electrical panels or put in some new lights, maybe a garage door opener, something simple.
Even if it's just a spark plug, Tony's got you covered.
Tony Pulverani
will give you one out of his truck.
Is the guy you want. You want to give him a call. Numbers on the screen right there, 716-something. 643-0330. Is he officiating this year?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know how much time he's got. He's got 2 kids now. A wife. got that McMansion he built. Has he invited you to that place yet?
No.
Tony. He's got to have a party.
He texts me a lot about high school basketball stuff, but no.
I say we just throw a dart, pick out a party, and say, Tony, we're coming to party at your place.
Tony, the party's at your place.
Yeah, diaper. We should have a diaper party for him.
A diaper party?
Yeah, help him out. He's got the kids now. Babies, they need diapers. But anyways, Tony's a good man. Carrying on with the season. Now, we did your rankings.
Yeah, we just got to talk about some good stuff coming up and get everybody out of here tonight.
There's good stuff coming up?
There's some really good stuff coming up. So I told you where I was going tomorrow. I'm going to go watch NT over at St. Mary's. If I wasn't going there, I would be going to Tapestry to watch them play Buffalo Science, which I also think is a very good game coming up tomorrow night. Friday night, we've got the Cataract City Classic, another year of that. You think there's a lot of annual Centercourt Classics. That Cataract's been going on since as long as I can remember. Starts out Friday night. Couple good games. You've got Newport and Timon. That's a cool little matchup. We know Timon every year is good. Newport's got a team this year, and they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing how they match up with Timon. And then game 2 tomorrow night, Niagara Falls, Williamsville South. So that's the doubleheader tomorrow over in Niagara Falls. Sweet Home also plays Buffalo Science. So Buffalo Science getting some early action in, taking on Sweet Home on Friday night. You also have Panama heading to Ellicottville Friday night. So we'll see if Panama can keep that win streak going. Ellicottville's got a pretty nice team. I think their win streak is going to come to an end in Ellicottville, but we'll find out on Friday night. Saturday, day 2 of the Cataract Classic. You got 3 games going. Real nice one to start. Williamsville North and Grand Island early on. That's the 1 p.m. game, followed by Wilson Cardinal O'Hara. And then Niagara Falls taking on Nichols. That's a big one.
That's a dandy.
That's a big one in the afternoon on Saturday. Williamsville East heads over to Lockport Saturday night. Salamanca takes on Depew on Saturday afternoon.
Where's that?
The Salamanca Depew game? Yeah, at Depew.
Oh, wow. Peyton Bradley.
That's Saturday afternoon.
This Saturday?
Yes. Monday night, Wilson is at MST. Couple preseason top 10 small schools. And Tuesday night, Ken West heads to Grand Island. Amherst goes to Lockport. And the place I might be going, St. Joe's, is at Timon that evening. So there's some good ones. Williamsville South is at NT that night. Lackawanna's at Buffalo Science. Buffalo Science, you going to have any games left to play in February? My goodness.
St. Joe's at Timon Tuesday night.
St. Joe's at Timon Tuesday night. St. Mary's is St. Francis on Tuesday night. Lots of good early season basketball. There's too many good games on the same nights.
Yeah.
We got to get people playing on Sundays at all times so that I can just never see anyone that I'm related to and always be watching high school basketball games. Getting large sample sizes.
I know Tim won't be around. Tim is heading out to the JMA Wireless Dome to live stream all 5 state championship football games, even though we don't have a rep from Section 6. We still are heading out there to stream those games. I'm going to Geneva, New York area, Watkins Glen area.
Are we going to start doing the show on Fridays next week? Now that next week you'll be back. There'll be no more high school football.
You have to check and see what your fans want. I mean, maybe you should put a poll out there. Why don't you put a poll? Would you when would you like to watch this game? Now, a lot of the kids, they catch this on the rebound because they're in school and they can't. It's
embarrassing if you put out a poll and it sits there for 24 hours and 3 people vote.
We'll blast it.
And they all vote abstain.
We'll blast it. I'll vote 50 times if I have to.
All right, good deal.
But no, we should be enough people there to vote on when a good time would be. I mean, Wednesday 1 o'clock isn't bad. It's hump day. You're struggling to get through the week. I guarantee you somebody is in the John right now watching us that's supposed to be working.
Sweet.
They're not supposed to be on their phone, so they head out.
Maybe there's kids at school that snuck their phone out of their locker.
No, why would they do that? We have good
Don't
kids.
do that shit.
We have good kids in West.
It's a good rule they put in.
No way they do
You
that.
don't need your phone.
No. Are you kidding? If anything, they're at a pool hall.
So, big night tonight. That's where I'll be, Damon. The Centercourt game of the week is back. We are covering St. Joe's and Jamestown. Can't wait for that game. It's night 3. My third night of basketball, I'm watching St. Joe's and Jamestown.
Give Dominic Gonzalez a high five fist bump for me.
I sure will.
Like that kid.
Nichols Will North to start. Amherst Clarence is the late game tonight. 3
The
games,
young-
one cause, coaches versus cancer. Beat cancer. Joel Averi's got the event over at Damon tonight. It's a $5 donation at the door, and then pony up some more dough when the bucket comes around. And it's all obviously going to a great cause. Everyone knows somebody that's been affected by cancer.
Yeah.
We probably all know way too many people, and it sucks. I know it's hit my family pretty good. So
Well, hey, I enjoy doing this show with you.
I enjoy it as well.
Minus the knee bumping, knee scraping, it's all good. But I'm in a predicament. I didn't even tell you about this.
Fire.
Do you remember a couple weeks ago I put something out where I got a ticket down in Virginia for speeding?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't surprise me. But what
What happened? I lost the ticket, and it's due like today. I got to pay it today. I can't find this ticket anywhere.
Call the court.
It cost me $25 for them to send it to me. It's going to be late. And so there's going to be a late processing fee. Now, what do you do? Like, if you're out there and you're into law,
Just call the police.
You have
in
an
Virginia
out-of-state
and
ticket.
say, listen, I just. I don't know. What do you do?
Or any neighboring states.
What do you do? I don't know.
what's crazy is I used to do business with a guy. This happened in somewhere in Virginia, Galax, Virginia, technically, the town. And I know a guy from
Galax,
Galax, not Galax. I know a guy from Galax, Virginia. Used to do a lot of business with him. And I dropped his name to the officer, and he goes, he's been in jail. He's not a guy I would associate myself with. Like, he's a great guy, Keith Andrews. Great dude. Great guy.
Keith. Uncle Keith.
He owned a farm. He was a great guy, but I guess he did some shady.
You know, I wonder when you say Galax, I'm like, why do I feel like I've been to Galax? It's because Uncle Keith.
Did you know Uncle Keith was in jail for a stretch? He's out now.
We all know about it.
But anyways,
You don't get away with the stuff in Galax you used to get away with.
you certainly don't.
Say that.
65 was the speed limit. Bull crap.
I just don't see.
I swear it's that 80.
I don't see the road patrol out like I used to see them.
No. But anyways, I know you got a lot of things to do.
We got things to do. I got to eat food. That's what's going to happen next.
I was over at Wegmans. I got the lasagna soup. Best in the Northland.
It really is.
Fantastic.
It really is good.
You have the chicken sausage in it today,
Italian
though.
lasagna soup.
Not a huge fan of the chicken sausage, but we did it.
Tim, thank you for being here today and doing this. You got it. Thanks for all the graphics. You got it. Tony Pulvereni, thank you for what you do to make this show possible. Frank, Western New York Athletics, thanks for being here to host. Provide me with this great forum. Basketball players and coaches, thanks for the product.
And that'll do it for week 2 of Western New York High School Centercourt Weekly with Chad Andrews, Frank Wolf, and Tim Gardner. We'll be out at Damon tonight with 3 awesome basketball games and for coaches against cancer. Coaches versus cancer?
Coaches versus cancer. If you can't make it, please tune in to YouTube, Western New York Athletics YouTube page, and watch Ryan and I bring you live coverage at Joe's Jamestown.
Stu Boyer for game 1 and 3. Coaches, kick that cancer's ass tonight, baby. Bring a donation. Adios, amigos.